Allergies are killing me. Anyway, hello everybody, I'm Raven Karasu, and I actually wanted to introduce our new leopard gecko. Mr. Franks unfortunately had passed away, so we did lose one. Um, he ended up having all kinds of fluid in his lungs, and so he ended up not making it. If you remember, he wasn't completely all that well either. We did the best we could, and he was really happy before he went, so we were really upset. Not even kind of upset. We were really upset. But we would totally do it again anyway. But we also have a new addition. This is Gandalf. Look at that beautiful pattern. He's about a year old, give or take, a few months to a year old. We got him from BHB Pets in Michigan. For those who don't know, it's run by Brian Burchek, who has a vlog here on YouTube, as well as hosting a YouTube show called Snake Bites TV. Hopefully I'll remember to put some annotations up or something so that you can go check out his channels. But this is one of his geckos. We got him a couple days ago, kind of like a birthday present to my roommate from himself. He's real sweet. We have him in with Merlin, and he just adores her. He snuggles with her. He gives her all kinds of kisses, and she tolerates him. She's really laid back and all, but I don't think she cares one way or the other. Just does her thing. It's just like, get off me, leave me alone. But he's real sweet. He loves being picked up. He loves getting all kinds of attention. He loves kisses. Isn't that right? But he is all kinds of loving. He loves kisses, hugs. He hops at the side of his cage. He just can't get enough of being handled and exploring. So yeah, this is the only male we have now. And we're hoping someday in the future, maybe him and Merlin will have little wizard babies. I'll probably get another male for my females, because Merlin actually belongs to my roommate. And I own Rarity. Rarity used to be my roommate's, but she's mine now. So I got Rarity and Voodoo. I keep them in a safety ball so they can still kind of chill when I keep my hands busy. Keep down there, Peppy. I'm going to show them off again. I know I've shown them off before, but Merlin's upstairs, so I can't show her off. But this is Rarity, and Rarity's probably a little surprised to see a big male here. This is Rarity. She's got lots of spots. She's real pretty, and she's very dramatic. What, you want to go in the ball? You want to go in the ball? No, you don't want to go in the ball? Okay. But she's real sweet. She comes out in the early evening, and she likes being picked up. I like taking her out anyway. It's okay, I'm sitting down. They didn't go anywhere. But I'll take her out, and I'll feed Voodoo first, because Voodoo's smaller, and I like to make sure she actually gets to the food before Rarity eats it all. And she'll just snuggle with me. Hi, okay, you got yourself into the ball. Okay. Ew, there's Gecko pooping there now. I'll clean that out in a minute. You all right? Yeah, she's fine. She just shed, so she's a little moody. She still has a little bit of it on her face, but we got it off her little toesies. That's the one. That's actually the only place I really get concerned, is when it's on little digits, and I give them little spa days. I take a Q-tip and some water, and I'll, pull it off. And sometimes they get little baths to soak in. I know, you're all gooky. Let me get a paper towel. I know. I know, he helped himself into the ball. Now there's no space for you. And here, stop running over to the thing. You don't belong on the floor. I know. Let's clean you up. You got it all off? You got it all off? You're okay. Okay. And this is Voodoo. She's our little one. She also likes to kind of snuggle. When I brought her home, she just wanted nothing more than to get pet and scratched. She has really pretty spots. I call them her scratch spots because she likes being scratched. She's actually pretty chill for the most part. But I think she's probably going to get ready to shed soon because she's getting a little, she has this look in her eye that she's just kind of getting tired of everything. And Rarity's actually looking a lot better. She was running around and playing earlier. Now she's a little, well, they're a little huffy now because, like I said, they were in the safety ball, which is just a really big hamster ball or a rat ball. And I put them in there so they can kind of still look around and everything. Better than putting them in a box. So they're interested in just kind of finding a warm place and cuddling, and likely when I go to lay down, they'll snuggle up under me or against me or something. Voodoo actually likes to lay on my cat Britzy, who doesn't really mind having any geckos on her. She's fine. She looks, but she's not interested in anything more than maybe sniffing them. But they have been kind of trying to bug Mirage. Mirage really won't hurt them. Of course, I'll keep an eye on him because sometimes he can get a little rough, which they don't seem to mind. But he doesn't like being crawled on. His little head poking out. Say, hello, everybody. I know, we got to get you out so we can clean up that icky mess. I'm not sure which one of you did it. You're the one that ate today, so it might be you. But yeah, Rarity didn't eat today, which is fine. She ate yesterday, so I'm not too worried about it. And she may eat later, depends on how she acts. You two checking each other out. Trying to get them so I can actually use my hands. But yeah, hello, sweetie. Gandalf hasn't eaten yet today. I tried to feed him, but he just did not want anything to do with food today. He kept pointing it out for Merlin so Merlin could eat. So Merlin's eaten, and Voodoo's eaten, but he was more interested in being picked up. So he might eat later, but he's also older, so he probably doesn't need to eat every single day. Yeah, I know. You can see yourself. He's very pretty. But yeah, he hasn't eaten anything tonight. He might eat later. He might eat tomorrow. Just kind of depends on his mood. We got to get him used to being in the tank to eat. I'm doing yucky poo-poo cleanup. Eek. All right, there we go. I'll clean. And they're all running all over the place. I think these two want to go back in their tank. Mirage, get out of their tank! Just noticed there's a cat in there. This is what happens when I leave the tank open. Mirage, hey, cat, get out of. They just make themselves at home. Usually it's Britzy who sits in the tank. What? What? You want to come up? You can climb up. You can climb up. They're like jewelry. No, I'm missing it's Merlin. I've been actually asked a few times to have YouTube segments thank you, YouTube segments for my geckos. Kind of like watch the silly things they do. I don't think they're going to do too much on camera, though. I had trouble catching up my phone because my phone is a piece of crap. I need more space on it. It always says it's full, even if I have nothing on it. Where'd you go? Hey, Voodoo. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested, if you would like to see more of the geckos. And I can tell you kind of what I'm doing and what they're doing and how they're doing, how they're growing. We are planning on getting at least 2 more. Might end up getting 3. I'm going to probably get 2 from the local pet shop, and I might order another male from BHB. I would like to keep them separate. In due time, I'd like to also get an incubator. It's going to be a while before they're grown enough, but I would like to breed them. But they're too small at the moment. So I'd probably end up having to get another tank. Might have to play some musical tanks. But eventually maybe we'll have some babies and I can sell the babies. We become really attached to them, and because we didn't know originally how to tell the genders, we weren't sure if we'd end up with babies. Now we know how. Like I said, Voodoo is female, Marlin's female, Rarity back here is female, who's hiding behind my neck, you silly girl. She's female, and Gandalf here is the only male. It would be nice to actually get several to do breeding, but I don't want to go overboard. I don't want to be breeding a whole lot and then have a ton of geckos nobody wants. But I like looking at all the different patterns and stuff, and they're pretty easy to take care of for the most part. I mean, really the only maintenance is you buy the tank, the stuff to set up the tank. That's like your big that's your big expense, and then just buying food. Now it is getting a little pricey for us at the moment. We're kind of giving a mixture of crickets and medium mealworms. I was giving Voodoo little ones, small mealworms, but then she decided she's a big girl and she's going to eat big ones. So she eats medium ones now. I only give her 1. She tried to eat 2 last week, and the poor baby. I mean, look at her. She is hardly big enough. She's like, the mealworm is about her size, man. I mean, it's like the size of her body here. So what she does is she picks it up. It's dusted in the calcium in D3, and she'll run it through her mouth to kind of lick all the calcium off, and then she'll eat it. Well, she ate 2 the first time, and then she just kind of sat there, and she looked so miserable. She got indigestion so bad because she was so super full, and I totally feel, because the week before that, I had actually eaten myself to the fact of I couldn't move anymore. I had way too many burgers. I had fries. I had a milkshake, and then I had a smoothie. I went way overboard. Yeah, normally don't eat that much, but I went overboard, and to the point where I couldn't move. If I moved, I would be sick, and it was awful. So I can only imagine that's how it felt for her. So I only make sure she eats 1 now, and she seems content with that. She doesn't go after the other ones anymore. So I think she's learned her lesson too. No more eating more than you can handle. So she eats 1. I let her have 1 because she'll eat the big one. She can see them better. I think she might be farsighted because she doesn't see them right up on her. She kind of sees them a little bit away. Rarity can see them pretty well. Would you stop flopping? She wants to play. She wants to get down on the blankets and play. But yeah, so these girls stay down here with me, Rarity and Voodoo, and the other 2 I want to get will be in there also. But it'll be a little bit because we have to kind of save up a little money. And I probably won't get, what are you doing? I probably won't get a second meal for a while. I want to let the girls kind of, be girls, and I have to also be sure I can handle them because I tend to take them out generally at the same time. And they've gotten pretty good. Now, Rarity is actually, I don't know if she has abandonment issues or what the deal is. When she was upstairs, she was very ornery. She didn't really like being picked up. She was very snippy. She'd bite. And my roommate couldn't pick her up. She didn't bother me too much. She got like 2 nips in, didn't phase me any because she's small. And then, she lets me pick her up. And we put Merlin in the tank with her, and she was fine. But once Merlin was gone again, she started getting really ornery and snippy again. I don't know what it is. So we brought her downstairs, and we brought Merlin downstairs because I wanted to keep Merlin in Rarity's tank until we had another companion because, like I said, Rarity doesn't like being by herself. So we got Voodoo. And Rarity and Voodoo get along really well. Rarity taught her the hide-and-seek game. I hate the hide-and-seek game. I don't freak out. I'm surprised. They hide somewhere, and I don't always see where they hide. And it's uncomfortable for me because I have to be so careful so I don't accidentally sit on them or crush them or anything. But they usually hide like under the computer, or they hide under a box, or they hide under one of the covers or under the pillows. So they tend to be pretty well protected. And Merlin does this too. I think Merlin taught Rarity, and Rarity taught Voodoo. And luckily, with Merlin, I knew that, Merlin would turn up again. So I don't worry when Merlin goes invisible on me. The first time Rarity really went invisible, I was kind of worried where she went because I had no idea which direction she went in. I had just looked away for a second. I think I put my shirt on or move something. I didn't even turn away for like a whole minute, and she was already gone. But I know she's a drama queen. She likes to be the center of attention. She loves to be silly, and if she's not the center of attention for a while, she'll come out and get attention. So she comes back. Luckily, she'll turn up, and she's usually fine. She comes back after I ignore her for a while. I was worried about Voodoo because Voodoo disappeared, and she's so small, and she's the youngest, and she was pretty new. She's playing it now, but I see where she went. But Voodoo here, when she goes, I don't know. I didn't know her personality well enough to know if she'd know to come back. But luckily, she doesn't go too far. She hid in the pillows the first time and then poked her head out when she was ready to go to bed. She hid under some stuff I have on the side of the bed yesterday. They usually let me know when they're ready for bed. They'll start walking towards the tank, which is down on that end of the bed. So they're pretty much about ready, I think. They either want to snuggle or they'll go into the tank. So we'll see what happens later. Either way, I have to get that cat out of the tank. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I have a heating pad in there, or under the tank I have a heating pad in there, so it's probably from that. I also I guess since I'm doing gecko stuff, I might as well give some advice about what I do. I don't use any sun lamps or anything. We just have heating pads. I have a little thermometer on there. I use reptile carpet. The carpet didn't quite fill up the 20-gallon tank I have. I have a 10-gallon upstairs and a 20-gallon down here. And I had to cover up what was left with some old felt. And they only go over on that side. The felt is the poopy place, so we don't worry too much about it. They just go over there and poopy on it. And then they go back to the carpet and hang out in their hide, which is I was trying to be cute. Get off my hand for a second. They actually have a smaller one too, but this is the bigger one. I bought a little fish tank skull. It has a hole in the top and it has a lot of space in it for them. I had a smaller one that Merlin used to like, but you know, Merlin doesn't quite understand that she's getting a little too big. She fits okay in this one, but I don't have anything like this in Merlin's tank. I keep this one in the tank down here, and Rarity and Voodoo share this. They snuggle up together in it. And obviously, as they get bigger, I'll get something different for them. Upstairs, we use plastic leaves and vines, also for fish tanks. And we got a stick, and I cleaned everything real good. And so we put that in there. So Gandalf and Merlin play in basically a pretend rainforest. Where are you at? Rarity's down here all snuggled up in the blanket here. I don't know if you can see it. Well, there goes Voodoo. But Rarity's right here. She's chilling out. But yeah, down here, the problem down here, I mean, upstairs is pretty good because, you know, heat rises and, you know, my roommate's room stays pretty warm. And the tank is somewhat on the side of the room, so it's not getting as cold. But I overheat very easily. So I tend to always have a fan on, and sometimes I have the air conditioner on or the windows open, and sometimes it can be cold, but I'll still be really hot. So what I do, since I don't have any sun lamps or anything, I keep the heating pad on, and what I do is at night or whenever I'm not handling them, I put the lid on, but I also put a fleece blanket over half the tank to cover it and protect it so the fan and all the air doesn't keep them cold. And they usually do pretty good. Right now, you know, the tank's pretty much at the correct temperature now, and that's with the fan going. So yeah, that's basically what I do. Is I pull the fleece over the tank, and then I pull the top back so there's air circulating in the front here, but in the back they don't get any of, you know, the fan chill. But yeah, if you would like to know more about what I do with my geckos and kind of how they're doing, you know, just let me know in the comments. Just kind of, you know, you can ask your questions, and I don't know everything. I'm not an expert. Actually, Merlin was my first reptile, so these are all like I've had reptiles since the middle of November. You know, so this is kind of new for me too. But yeah, if you wanted to kind of, you know, if you wanted to ask questions about what I do, or if you wanted my opinion, or you just wanted to see what these little guys are up to, you know, go ahead and tell me, and I will gladly do more videos of my pets if you would like to see more of that. I never did it because I don't think anybody's interested, and they're not really doing a whole lot at the time. You know, my cats are usually laying down asleep somewhere, or, you know, I'm yelling at them because they're playing really rough, and the geckos pretty much just do this. You know, they just kind of crawl around and hang out. And I know some of you who watch my other live streams have seen me, especially with Merlin. I'd give them little segments in the live streams. But yeah, if you want that, go ahead and let me know so I know to do that. But yeah, I got Merlin, Rarity, and Voodoo from our local pet shop. I don't live in Michigan, so I live in North Carolina. So we get these from our local pet shop, which is Mountain Pets and Waterworks, I think. I know it's called Mountain Pet, but I can't remember the rest of it. But they do lots of fish, and they have a few reptiles and some little fluffies like rabbits and gerbils and stuff. Lots of supplies there. And that's where we get most of our geckos. But like I said, Gandalf here came from BHB Pets in Michigan. And the reason we bought from him is because we wanted to make sure there was a little bit more diversity. We don't know where they all come from at the pet shop, and we didn't want to chance interbreeding at some point. So, I mean, generally, I know they're all different. They get from different suppliers, so it is kind of varied. But we went ahead and got this one. I've been watching a lot of Brian Bartek's vlog videos. I've watched a few of his Snakebite TV episodes. In fact, I think Gandalf was actually on one of them, on one of the episodes, or on a couple episodes. I don't remember. But my roommate says that he remembers this pattern, so it's very likely he was on one of the episodes or one of the vlogs, whichever. I don't remember. But I know how he takes care of his geckos, and I know his wife Lori takes good care of them. I know he takes good care of his snakes. So we knew we were going to get something. We were going to get a good product, but also a good little companion as well. And I mean, you see, he's very well handled. I've noticed that most of his geckos, he'll just pick them up and they won't fuss too much. So they obviously get handled enough. So, but this one, he wasn't used to all the individual attention, so he was a little overwhelmed at first, but he's okay now. Now he loves it. He's just like, yay, lots of attention. I love everything. So he's a real sweetheart. But I might purchase another male from him later on when I'm ready for that. So we'll see about that. Really, he looks so good. He has some skin still on him from his shed, little patches on his tail. But they're all really sturdy. When I say sturdy, I mean like they're not too worried about the cats. They're not skittish, and they handle the cats pretty well. We always keep an eye on them. We never let the cats be alone with them. We're always there just in case. But mostly, the cats are just interested and curious, and sometimes they bond. Like I said, Voodoo likes Britzy. She was laying on Britzy earlier, and Britzy just kind of looked at her and was like, whatever. Cherie seems to like this one. Mirage actually likes this one too. And he really loved Mr. Franks when we had him. Mirage, I think he knew something was wrong with him because he was also really big, so he's not as little as these guys. But he would always snuggle and rub his head on him, so he was really gentle and caring with him. And he's kind of interested in this one too. He gives him little loves because he's bigger. He's got a bigger head, so he gets more loves. Right? Merlin really likes Mirage, and I have to say that Mirage is probably the roughest with her, but she doesn't seem to mind. She always seems to go back to him, and they play together. But like I said, I always watch them very carefully because I don't want Mirage to hurt her, and I don't want her to overdo it. So, but yeah, they do really well together. All my cats are really good with the geckos. We supervise them, as I said, and the geckos seem fine. None of them are really skittish. And if they get agitated with the cats, they will turn on them. They'll make noises, or they might try to snip, or they'll run back to me and huddle and get sympathy. So, yeah, they pretty much got this figured out, and most of them know that the tail is a no-go. Like I know Merlin and Rarity will shake their tails in front of Mirage to try and get him to swat at it because they know he'll get in trouble. So they're sneaky little guys. Anyone who says that lizards don't have personalities, these guys have so much personality. They're so smart. Merlin knows actually how to use the ball. She's figured out if she walks around in it, it'll move. So, but yeah, they're very smart. They're very, very sweet, very easy to take care of. And like I said, they get along with my cats. My cats get along with them. They get along with each other, no problem. And they're very healthy. They all got some big tails. He's got a nice fat tail. Merlin's got a really fat tail up there. She's really getting big. And here's Rarity hiding in the blankets. Her tail's getting plump for her size. She's getting there. And of course, Voodoo has a very small tail, but it's not too skinny for her size. You know, she's starting to put on a little chunk in there. She eats well. Where are you going? Come back. Oh, Rarity's sleepy. I'm sorry. I know I pulled you out of the covers, so we kind of let you back in there so you can. No, you don't want to go back in there now? Okay. So I'll probably let them play together a little more before I put them back in the tank. Oh, I got hugs. Thank you. Hello, Gandalf. I know Gandalf's wanting all kinds of attention. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. And again, if you have any questions or if you want to see more videos of my pets just doing their thing, just let me know. Or if you just want to see the geckos, you know, and don't give two craps about my cats, you know, that's fine too. So just kind of let me know what you want, and we'll see. And that's pretty much what I wanted. I know I kind of just went on and on and on, and I'll try to put those annotations up. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about them, and whoop. Whee! She's fine. So yeah, and that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So good night from these little guys, and Rarity's running over to the tank. Rarity, come back. I know, Rarity. I'll put you in your tank in a minute. She's ready to go to bed. So good night.